All right, so we're here. So you can teach me something in Photoshop.
Yeah, I'm going to show you what we shot last week, and then what Judah did in post-production, and then what I did. First of all, always start with a beautiful model. That dude was easy to shoot. Yeah, easy to shoot. Like the original picture itself still looks pretty good.
Right.
So Judah said he wanted to go ahead and do the skin retouching and things, and that is not something that I'm great at. He's more of a fashion photographer. So he went in and did some of the skin retouching and things like that. And then he kind of said that he got carried away and kept moving. What's cool is watching how other people work. I like when people send you working files because you get to see how they kind of do stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so he went in and did some of the skin retouching. So you can see these spots here, little blemishes or whatever. Did all that stuff. I'm not sure how he does it. He probably uses a spot tool. And then the other thing I realized he does is check out under his eyes. He puts a little.
Oh, did he put that burn, or he took out the?
No, I think it's just a little bit of actual paint color, like half opacity or something like that. And
Wait, show me where you were.
look under his eye.
Yeah.
See how it fills in that dark spot?
Are you sure you didn't use his not burn, but the little popsicle on the left side?
The popsicle.
Right there.
This?
Yeah.
The lollipop? I don't know, maybe, but it's on a blank layer.
It's on a. Oh, I don't know.
So I don't know if that would work. See, it's not doing anything.
I don't know what he did.
So anyway, thought that was pretty cool. It's like digital makeup for guys.
God, it like takes off 5 years off him
I know, right?
immediately.
And then he did something also kind of cool. Is he brightened it all up? If you can see it, hang on. He brightened it all up, but he did it in a cool way. Again, this is cool. Like watching how other people work is always fun. He did a camera raw filter in Photoshop, which I've never done before. So usually you go into camera raw first, you do your adjustments, and then it goes into Photoshop. That's the linear fashion of it. Somehow he did that with a smart filter, which is pretty cool. So he just raised all the levels up, sharpened it up a little bit.
Well, first he made it a smart layer,
Yep.
and then pulled it in. And where is he getting the smart filter? Is it up under a filter, and then
I don't know.
look under filter, like neural filters?
You're a neural filter.
Neural filters up there, is that it? Or is there a, oh, there we go. I thought he
Yeah, that's fine. So you do that, so it makes it a smart layer.
camera raw filter.
There it is. Thank you. Okay, so now you can't see it up there, but it's on my screen over here. Oh, that's fucking badass. You know why that's cool? Because then, especially with product stuff, you can really get in there and crank up texture.
Wow.
In there.
I never go into raw filters. I never go in.
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, like camera raw is great because you can do everything. It's kind of like Lightroom, so you can change your how it was shot. So you can change your white balance, exposure, all the basics, but it does a better job than just like using curves. And really, this is the one, like texture and stuff is really cool and kind of different. And then they also have a really good color mixer too, which I don't use. I don't do a ton with people, but it's really great when you do product stuff because you can pull out like.
Slide it. I want to see what. Okay, look at the lip.
Yep, that's cool. Now with product stuff like Chrome, you know the picture of the Hey Revolver in the bathroom.
Yeah.
All the Chrome's got all the color stripped out of it. Only the Chrome, but then the rest of the image still has the color. That's how I did it. It's cool. Cool. All right. Yes. Get rid of that.
Have you played with the portrait stuff and the smart filters, the neural filter portrait?
I've done the skin smoothing.
Yeah, and then
And then you can-
I've played with the one where it changes it, but like that feels to me like it's a band-aid in case it's just jacked up.
Have you tried where you can change the eye direction?
Yeah,
and the
that's what
smiles?
I'm saying. It never quite lands.
If you do it, hang on. If you're mean, I'm not sure if I have it downloaded on this one. I think it's Smart Portrait.
Yeah, it is.
There's a button that says to do all of the effects in unison. So if you say change the eye direction, change the smile, whatever it is, it'll kind of look at it as in totality, right? So let's see. Make him happy.
He's gonna look ridiculous. Crank it up.
Yep. Change his eye direction.
Look at that clouds struggling. Wow, looks like Obama.
Where is it? There's a button. Let's make him mad. Oh, there it is. Auto balance correction. Okay, so it's trying to balance everything we're doing, but if you take this off, it goes kind of nuts.
Does it? Okay. All right.
So good.
You need to send that to him and be like, all right, so here's what we got. Looks good.
Okay. Anyways, here's what I was telling you about the. Look at those. You see those nails?
Oh.
So it looks good in person. Now, if you go here, it's not as bad. And
Look at that up over his left shoulder there.
right there.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's why I think it's just something we either figure out a different kind of paint, whether it's glossier or I don't know, something we got to figure that out because most of the retouching really was this. So I went through and just cleaned all that up.
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing that it is when the flashes get involved, it's a whole other ball game. Like you may not see it. You know, you may
Totally.
not see it, and until you start the real photography.
Yep. So, anyways, I mean, and there's always going to be some of it, but if we can figure out, like, a little speck there is bugging me too, so I moved that. But yeah, like the little nail pops, still a cool set though. I do like that set a lot. Anyways, so I did this. He left that, but then here's the other thing. He did the dodge and burn on Decory. And it's always, like I said, fun to watch how people do it. He does it on curved layers.
What?
Yeah. So he's got a curved layer he does. And then just paints it in, which isn't really dodge and burn. I mean, it is. It's the same effect, but it's not using this guy. So I usually use it on a gray layer. Like this.
Yeah.
Is that what you do? And then you use the tools to do the effect and put the layer on overlay.
An overlay.
Anyways,
No,
so
I see. I don't do that, but that's better. Well, it's not destructive.
Yep.
That's a big thing.
and then if you need to, you can just paint gray back into it.
Oh,
Get it
look
back.
at you. See?
But see, I like a little, not to go all around to Joseph, but I do like a little bit of a more vignette, especially on this black background.
I tend to do that all the time. The one thing I've run into, and even this week, was vignetting because I use it to draw the eye to where I want people
Yeah.
to be looking. But then when people have a monitor that they got straight from IT and like they're like, well, it's too dark. I'm like, I'm checking all my levels en route. It's not too dark.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard because
So I quit vignetting them just because the people are like, well, I can't see. We should have lit it better. I'm like, no, it's lit fine.
yeah, but then put it on your phone.
Yeah.
Like, what does it look like on the phone?
Right.
Because the phone changes it too. So then I added mine in there. Here you go. Like, look at that. You can see that edge right there.
Yeah.
So got the clean layer back on. It is cool. I like the way he lit that from the side. That's cool. So that's when I did the high pass next, which same thing, overlay. And it just puts that. Someone's buzzing. Oh, it's David. I gotta call David in a minute. His mom has got stage 4 cancer. But see, it just gives you, it sharpens all the edges like that, and then I take it off the face, so it just smooths his face out, keeps his face.
I've
smooth.
never done that with gray layers like that. It's good to know.
Yeah, it's just because it's you got to be at 130 or 129 value. Like if you go to, it's probably already set up. Just that middle gray. It's
Yeah.
129, 130. And then it lets you mess with the levels without messing with the colors. That was it. And then I just put the grading on. So that was like an overall blue with a curves layer.
Mm-hmm.
Messing with the blue. I always try to pull those blues out of the shadows. Lower that red a little bit in the highs. I don't even remember what I did here. Took the master up 6. Took the green way down, almost to nothing. I always try to find one color that I don't want and just totally remove it. I took magentas almost all the way down.
Does it depend on where you're shooting? Like if you're shooting outside,
Yeah.
there's
I do so much product stuff in the studio. It's more stylized. I think that's why I can do it.
okay.
But that's why, like, with the chrome stuff, I always take the colors out. So it's really just like that red against the monochromatic look. It's weird, though, with people. I've not done it with people that often. And then the last one was just a little bit more blue overall. That was it. So I think he's going to be pretty pumped about these. But it's
I want you to do. Can you do a and just play in like double hint? Well, you'd have to figure out. I don't know. You probably have to cut them out, remove background, flip it, make it reflective, and try and shine the floor some. It's just playing. But this is how I lose a day.
You know
right
what?
here.
Let me do this first. Damn.
Ridiculous compared to where
Fucking
we've been.
retarded.
And I think it's kind of bullshit that today people getting into it like, well, it's easy. You just click this. I'm like, you don't know. You don't know the struggle. Find somebody with hair and talk to me.
You know, it's weird. Why did I lose my little middle?
It's up. You got it. Well, your HDMI signal. Why did you lose that?
It is.
Big mitts. It's up there. It's left. Is that it? Nope, left. That little blank box there.
Oh shit! No kidding. Okay. Good to know. Nope.
And get a right click. Are you on distort?
I don't know why it's doing it.
Because you're in the. What?
Something like that.
Yeah. And then right click in it and hit distort. And I would pull his melon out of it.
Do what?
Just watching you again. It's watching how other people. There you go. Watching someone else work in Photoshop.
It's painful.
Well, it's just, and I'm not saying I'm right, but
This is so many
it's
ways to
such
do
a weird
anything.
way, and it's like you're always, oh, well, no, I got to put that there. No.
It's also hard working when someone's watching you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's still, though, it's like it probably loses saturation in the reflection.
Jesus Christ Almighty. I can do that.
I mean, if our floor looked like it would reflect as opposed to, I just used it to change my transmission in there. I don't know. I'm just trying to maybe slight blur.
faster than I can keep up. There, something like that. The blur would be farther away. His head would be more blurred.
Mm.
If I just do it the manual way.
I don't see that doing shit.
You're not doing shit. It's blurring.
It probably just doesn't help because of our shitty floor.
Hey, a lot of people pay a lot of money for a textured floor. I mean,
well, I tell you what, you let us build a couple sets, and I'll texture that bad boy. I will drop paint on that.
honestly, we should probably just do a whole package, cement textures. So if you back up over there and look at this
Mm-hmm.
versus where you are, that color is way better. You get a weird angle from the, or it reads weird from the angle that we're sitting at.
Okay.
Doesn't it look way
Yeah.
cleaner?
You lose some of the contrast off to the side.
Anyway.
Those blacks look good in black, and as I move over, it's just the monitor. You just lose the.
But yeah, so there you go. That's that was fun. It was fun working with Judah.
Look
Like
at
I said,
you, so fancy.
so fancy. Dude, it was. I tell you what, though, you ever want to be a freelancer? Like, look at people like Clyde and Judah. He didn't have to do all that shit. Like, he gave it to me. I just had to do some basic cleanup, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the way to do it. Here's the other one. She's pretty awesome.
My nipples are hard.
You ruin everything. Cool. All right. That is it.
All right, thanks for the lesson.
Always a pleasure to teach you, sir. Maybe next time you'll get it right.
Maybe you'll listen for once. Try something new.